Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Breathe Break for your brain. I'm Leah Lund. I'm a neuronutrient therapist and health coach, and I'm the creator of One Whole Health. And at One Whole Health, I help teach you how to feed and train your brain so that you can stop anxiety, depression, overwhelm, self-doubt, even cravings and emotional eating, because our brain is really the key to it all. But the mind programs the brain and you lead the mind. So we take a breathe break. This is an example of a great strategy for changing your brain. And it's our breathe break. We do this together every Monday. However, I strongly recommend that you continue this habit and do this for yourself every 90 minutes throughout your day. And what it means is every 90 minutes, just shifting your focus away from whatever you've been working on so hard and thinking about so hard. Shift it away. Take a 10-minute breather where maybe you look or think about something else. Maybe you don't think at all, even better. Maybe you listen to some music. Maybe you do a meditation. Maybe you do some yoga stretches. Maybe you get outside if you can, but you do something that takes your brain away from concentrating, practicing the neural pathway that you've been practicing for the last 90 minutes, and shift it to something else, thereby growing and literally changing your brain. So today I wanted to talk with you about some ways to change your brain, and a surprising one that you don't even have to think about. That's how easy this one is. So when we talk about changing our brain, what we mean by that is forming a new neural pathway. So in our brain, all of our neurons are communicating with each other biochemically by sending neurotransmitter and biochemical messages. And two neurons that fire together frequently communicate, send a message back and forth, a chemical message. When they fire together, they wire together. So these become your subconscious habits, the things you don't even think about that are happening on autopilot because those particular neurons have fired together so often. So the key to changing your brain, in part, is changing the neural pathway, changing which different ways that you can do that. You can do something I call planting seeds, which will be the topic of most of our Breathe Break today. Practice pattern interrupts, which means that when you notice you're thinking or doing something that you didn't want to be thinking or doing, interrupt that pattern and very intentionally shift your focus to do something else. We'll cover that one in an upcoming Breathe Break. And then there's a matter of practicing regular rituals that develop an intentional forward positive habit or action take it from a ritual into a habit. That's also one way that we're going to talk about in an upcoming Breathe Break. So there's planting seeds, there's pattern interrupt, and there's intentional ritual. And we're going to talk about planting seeds today. So planting seeds is a way to train your brain that doesn't require effort or thought. All it requires is your senses. So planting seeds is a way that you deliberately input information right into your reticular activating system, into your subconscious mind, so that that information can go to work on a subconscious level. It can go to work helping certain neurons fire together to make that new neural pathway for happiness, for peace, for feeling good. The most classic example of planting seeds is probably a vision board, and I'm sure that's something that all of you have heard about. And you might wonder, does that really work? I'm here to say, yes, it absolutely works. Vision boards are a visual way to embed those bits of information into your brain about what you want, whether it's what you want or what you want to do or what you want to have, or even how you want to be. So a vision board is one very powerful example of planting seeds, but it's certainly not the only one. Planting seeds is literally using any of your senses, your sight, your smell, your sense of touch, what you hear, to deliberately choose information that's coming into your brain through all of those different senses to create something that you want to create. So I'll share a story about vision boards. Some of you have heard how many years ago, 15 or more years ago now, I've lost track, I walked away from my work in corporate America. I was responsible for leadership training and human resource development for really big retail organizations, and I hit a total burnout stage, and I walked away with no plan. I walked a 401k. I'm sorry to say, although who knows what happened in between then and now, but cashed that out without a plan. I ended a 13-year relationship. I just pushed stop on everything in my life because I wanted to figure out why I was feeling so bad and why I was so burned out. And at that time, a friend of mine suggested that I start journaling. And I literally had not journaled since probably the days of a diary when I was a teenager, and I had no idea what to write. And I even asked her that, what am I supposed to write? And she said, will you journal your dreams? And I went, what dreams? I literally didn't have any idea what my dreams were anymore. And I share this story because from that point, I went into actually using a vision board, and within a matter of 10 years, every single thing that I put on that vision board came true. And that's when I didn't even really know what I wanted, but I knew the feeling of what I wanted. So I share this with you in case you're in that situation as well, where I'm talking about planting seeds and I'm talking about a vision board, and you're thinking, I don't even know what I would put on that board. It doesn't have to be specific things. It can be feelings, it can be experiences, it can be how you want to feel inside, it can be how you want to engage with others, your way of being as you engage with others. So any of these can be the emphasis of the seeds that you plant that start to change your brain. So for an example, I'm going to show this necklace. This necklace is actually an example of me planting seeds. This necklace is from a loved one, and it's actually from her father, who would collect these stones and polish them. And to me, it represents the way he lived his life, which is he did very, very well for himself in business and financially. But what he was really known for was his passions. He loved to fish. He loved to be outdoors. And so he made that the priority. And he spent more time fishing and being outdoors than he ever spent building his businesses, even though his businesses were very successful. Well, that is something I want to embody. So that is on my vision board, which doesn't have to be literally a board with just visual images. This is a vision board that I walk around with every single day. I see it anytime I put it on. I can feel the leather on the strap here, which connects me, it grounds me and makes me think of the outdoors. And then I can feel this perfectly polished stone that makes me think of him. So when I'm wearing this, I'm planting the seeds of all of those feelings into my brain, even when I'm not thinking about it, even when I don't realize that that's what I'm doing. So that's one example. I have another example, and that is something that I carry with me even when I travel, and that is this lava rock. I don't know if you can see this lava stone. This was given to me by a Huna practitioner. So before I get any email about removing lava from Hawaii, this was given to me by a Huna practitioner, my Huna mentor over in Hawaii. And every time I travel somewhere, this goes with me and it sits on the nightstand next to the bed. And it's so that when I wake up, I can remember, first of all the lessons from my Huna master, but also love, right? It's a heart. It's a heart. It's lava in the shape of a heart. And that's what I know we are all here to be, is love. So I embed that seed of love. Love is my purpose every single morning, whether I look at my nightstand at home or whether I look at my nightstand in a hotel. My rock is there to remind me that's what's important. That's what really matters. So you're beginning to understand embedding seeds to change your brain to have what you want in life, feel how you want to feel, experience the things you want to experience, have the relationship you want to have. A very powerful way of training your neurons that create that to wire together and create a stronger, stronger neural pathway is to surround yourself with images, sounds, smells, the touch of your dreams all the time. And if you don't know your dreams in a tangible, I want to live here and I want this kind of house and I want this and that to happen with my book or my company, even when you don't know the dreams, you can focus what you're embedding into your brain around how you want to feel or a way of being that you want to be in all your interactions with people. I want to share an example of a friend of mine. She was a single mom and had 2 daughters and wanted to do a vision board about finding her partner. And so she did a traditional vision board where she had images of what activities she might be involved in with her future partner, what they might do together, where they might travel, things of that nature. She actually also had her daughters make vision boards about a dad. And so they put up what it meant to them to be a dad. And one daughter, the older daughter, it was very specific. It was, my dad will play soccer with me because she plays soccer. And it was, really specific activities. The younger daughter was really too young to formalize thought about a vision board. And what she cut out was teddy bears. She cut them out of magazines and pictures, and hearts. And it was all just feel. It was love, and it was feel, and it was warm, and it was hugs. And to her, that's what represented having a dad in her life. So vision boards can be any of our senses. Playing music that makes you feel how you want to feel. Wearing clothes that feel like what you'll wear when you have a goal or a dream and it comes true. Back when I was in leadership management, we called it dressing for the job you want. It's really dressing for the life you want, right? So even what you wear can be a physical expression. It can be listening to this breathe break over and over, even when you're not taking notes and when you're not paying attention, so to speak, you're not solely focused on this. You're still embedding or planting seeds about how you want to be and what you want to feel in your life. So this is a very powerful and simple, and that's usually the most powerful strategies for changing something are usually the most simple strategies repeated over and over and over again, because that's how we form a new neural pathway. And so this is a powerful strategy that if you repeat it, if you actually make your house a 3D vision board, surround yourself with images of everything you have that you appreciate and everything you know you're going to have in the future that you will enjoy and appreciate, it will start to work in your brain, and your brain will start to track for it. You will be surprised how often you all of a sudden notice if you decide that you want a dog, let's say, in your life. You haven't had a dog in years and you decide you want a dog, and you put up some pictures of dogs in your home. All of a sudden you will notice dogs everywhere. And that's an example of your brain already designing that neural pathway and practicing it into fruition, into actuality, into reality. And you'll see dogs all of a sudden everywhere. You'll see a dog park right next to where you live that you never even noticed before you made the choice that you want to have a dog. So if anybody on the live chat right now has an idea of something they want to create, I would be happy to coach around how to design your 5 senses version of a vision board around that particular thing. And I'll just give a second to see if anybody chimes in, because we do keep our breathe breaks to 10 to 15 minutes, because 10 minutes does it. It doesn't have to be a long thing. Just every 90 minutes, take a 10-minute break. So does anybody want some live coaching right now on their dream or their vision? And I'm just going to check in. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Susan. Hi, Anne. Imagination theater, using all of the senses. Yeah, imagination theater. And actually, why not? Why not write a play that looks like what you want life to look like? Where the wardrobe, the costume design, that is designed for the life you want to be living. That's a great way to look at it, Anne. I love that. Anybody else? Anybody have a specific dream that they want some help designing their 5 senses 3D vision board around? Abundant coaching business. Okay, this is a great one, Yvonne. Thank you. So an abundant coaching business. First of all, you want to create the space for that every day. So designate the times, like where are you going to fit that in your life? An abundant coaching business, you're going to be having a lot of coaching sessions with your clients. Where does that fit into the day along with your family and your animals? I know Yvonne, so I can say animals, and everything else that you have as responsibilities. Go ahead and clear that time out now. And during those hours that are reserved for your abundant coaching business, dress how you'll dress when you're coaching clients. If you're going to be doing a Zoom like this with your clients, have that set up. If you're going to be meeting them in person, go to that place where you'll be meeting them. Put on candles or music or whatever you envision that you would have around you as you're interacting with those clients. You can listen to a lot of inspiration, whether it's YouTubes you find that are about people with successful coaching business. This actually brings a great point, is that one of our ways of embedding, planting seeds is to hang around people who already are doing what we want to do. You can, so listening or hanging around other successful coaches is really helpful. And basically you're trying it on for size. You're walking and talking as though that abundant coaching practice is already there. And I know you're already off to a great start with that, Yvonne. Make it even more so. What will you need to change to make room for twice the clients that you have right now? If your business doubled overnight, what would that look like? Start living that way right now. You can also, it's great to make your vision around the clients themselves. So what kinds of things do you see them doing as a result of having worked with you? That could be a collage, an actual physical vision board of all of them. Something that I do, every single client I'm working with, I have a board that has hearts on it, and it has a heart with each person's name. So that first thing in the morning when I am about to start my coaching sessions, I check in and I have their name, it's on a heart, and I have their top priority right now. And it changes, of course, as we accomplish certain things and we move on. But it connects me with their heart, because that's what it's all about, is lighting up their heart and their life. So does that give you some good ideas, Yvonne? I'll check in there. Kat says, sure. Anybody else? I'll do one more example of a 5 senses 3D vision board for planting seeds in your reticular activating system to change your brain. So Kat, let me see. I'm wearing a suit to my little minimum wage phone bank job every day. It's an example. Yeah, it's an example. You could get away with wearing something else, but if that suit, and connect it back to how you feel in that suit. And my guess is you probably feel professional and powerful and like you're ready to do so much more than what you're already doing. And so that's a great example of how even what we wear is a form of a vision board. It's a great example, Kat. Thank you. Okay, well, I have gone over here on our time, but I think it was well worth it. Please, as you listen to this, even if you're listening to the replay later today, post what you're working toward and how you are going to plant seeds to receive that, to have that, to attract that and have it, be it, do it, feel it, and receive it. And the more you practice this and the more you surround yourself with, the more you're changing your brain. Give it a try and let us know how it's going. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.